My dear child, new beginnings and rebirth is about to happen. In order to manifest your dreams, it is time to release past negativities. When you bring up the past, you are bringing up excuses of why things can better in your life. So instead focus on what you want by letting go of past burdens. This will automatically remove the clutter and ignites a fresh start on setting new goals. So if you are going through a difficult and challenging situation, and especially if it has to do with love, just know that there are new beginnings and changes about to happen in your life. So, though something it can bring you out of your comfort zone, it is time to accept and adjust the way things are now, and as you evolve and grow spiritually. Everything happens for a reason, and it is part of you and makes you the person you are today. You are no longer the same person but an upgraded and amazing version. Embrace the beautiful light within you and embrace the changes as they are empowering you. So, dear souls, know that feeling lonely is not always caused by not having people around us, but by the lack of meaningful connection with the people in our lives. So, even though you might have a lot of friends or you meet a lot of people on a daily basis, you can still feel alone. So, maybe the feeling arises when you realize that there is no one to whom you can tell your inner secrets. Nobody you can confess your pain to, or nobody there that genuinely celebrate your success and happiness with you. So this is encourages you to look at the connection you have and see if there is anything you can do to improve them to make them deeper and more genuine. So, casual connections are easy to make, but deeper connections are more meaningful and make us feel more fulfilled. So, instead of fearing getting closer to others, see if you can lean in and nourish the relationship you have. So you have the ability to steer conversations in between directions. You can either choose to focus on the more factual side of the story, such as where they were or where else they would like to go. Connections with others is daring to give of yourself, showing that it is safe to share with you and that you welcome their true emotion and listen without judgment. So, you have made more progress this year than many make in their entire lifetime. Your dedication to doing the deep inner work and consistently showing up day in and day out is moving mountains. So, miracles are taking place that will elevate you along your path. You are being guided to let go of the things that are no longer serving you. So, let go of positions that you no longer use. Follow the path of simplicity. Make space for new blessings. So, the universe is asking you to bring a gentle touch to any negotiation or discussion that you are involved in at this time. Calm and grounded communication is what is required in order to move forward, get ahead, or create a resolution here. So make sure that you are fully understanding the situation at hand from all sides to avoid misinterpretation and assumption, and so that you have the clarity you need. Things can go really well, and if you bring this gentle approach. So, dear souls, know that someone wants to you come to with gifts in their hands for you. So there is someone in your environment, especially in your friend circle, and for many of you, it was your partner who took you for granted and also take advantages of your humble nature and your giving kind personality. The type of energy I am getting from this reading is of someone who is nothing less than a pure soul, and it is absolutely feel like an angel. You never imagine anyone's bad. You always try to help people. You always try to make others feel at home, feel comfortable. All your pain, your sorrows, and most importantly, your loving nature is getting converted into a harmonious and prosperous life. The justice you have been waiting for is already started, and you are lucky enough to see it by your own. So, your justice is a successful life, your justice is a soulmate relationship, your justice is to get a partner in your life who will do everything just to make you smile. So you will be with someone who will take all your wishes, will command and make everyone jealous about how can you be so lucky to have a partner like them. So your justice journey is already started. You should not be worried about all your patience, all your love, all your time and the period you giving to someone, whether it is a work, career or relationship. It is all not wasted, it is all are still there for you. Your justice is also someone else's struggle. There are many people who intentionally try to hurt you, but you down and do some hurtful things to you. You and all that people are getting your karma at the same time, and you are succeeding in your life, and you are getting more and more money each and every day. But at the same time, the people who hurt who wish you bad is finding it difficult to fulfill their necessary requirements. They are facing failure over failure. Soon you will have everything in your life. So, dear souls, know that you feel this incredible connection with someone like they could be your soulmate. The love, respect, and understanding between you two are just out of this world. But here is the catch, they have not fully committed to you or expressed their feelings. It can be frustrating, but this person sees you as a wise, mature, and grounded. So maybe you have even financially better off than them, and that is why they admire you so much. Your calm presence in their life is like a breath of fresh air. Whenever they are near you, they feel intoxicated. It is like you have this magical power to make them dance with joy and passion. They can't shake off this overwhelming feeling that you bring into their life, and guess what? They are slowly going crazy for you. That intense passion they have for you is undeniable. So, here is the exciting news, brace yourself because things are about to level up fast between the two of you in the next 2 months. It might feel uncertain right now, but trust me, this person is on the brink of expressing their true feeling for you, and it could be the start of something truly amazing and long lasting. So, my advice to you is to be patient and keep being your incredible self. Continue to nurture this connection and let things unfold naturally. Remember, good things come to those who wait. So, dear souls, know that. Get ready because the new moon is about to bring a cycle of dreamy fairy tales and a touch of romance into your world over the next 2 weeks. So, during this time, you will find yourself getting lost in your dream world, imagining and fantasizing about a special someone. Yes, love is in the air. Even at work, you will catch yourself daydreaming about them. But when it comes to your practical world, opening up and expressing your true feelings might be a bit challenging due to trust issues and your own insecurities. You are not alone in this. These same energies could be affecting the person you are dealing with as well. So they constantly think about you and find your picture perfect, but they feel overwhelmed to reach out. They are holding on to their past and are too afraid to make a move towards you. It is like they are trapped in their own insecurities and might even struggle with jealousy. At work, brace yourself because challenges are coming your way in the days ahead. So, you are more into fantasizing about that dream job you want, but you might be hesitant to trust the process. It's time to take that leap of faith and trust that everything will fall into place. And here is the best part, the ending of a tough cycle is finally in sight. Dear souls, know that life operates somewhere in between destiny and free will. That is exactly what is happening. So please take it how it fits. So I see the energy of a person. This could be you or someone attached to you. For several years, the complaint has been filed that I don't have what I want. But the situation was that it was always there, one decision away, a tough one, but that's the only path. So now brace yourself. The universe is like pushing this so much in the face now that you, another person, cannot escape it. So, this is funny, something coming to end, some cycle or some sort of drama that had been unnecessarily going on. So the universe has purposely made this order change very lucrative, and I also see that the universe is speaking to you in your the other person language. For most, I am seeing this to be the energy of the masculine. So let this period happen, let this situation go on since it's important, let it prevail for some time. It is important, and I have like sort of a witch laughter feeling ATM. Let it happen, this is the only language that will be understood at the moment. So, dear souls, know that there are people out there who would go to the end of the earth for you. There are people out there who would care about you so much if they were ever given a chance to get to know your kind heart. There are people out there who will promise you the world and actually deliver. There are people out there who genuinely want the absolute best for you. So I know you have been hurt in the past, but please remember there are good souls out there who will love you with every bit of their heart. Good people find good people, and there is still so much good in this world to discover. I hope you have the courage to let go of your fears and stay open enough to let all the good things flow right in. So, dear souls, know that a bad relationship does not exempt you from being a decent human being. You do not get to be the bogeyman in the closest simply because a relationship did not end well. I am starting to see that there is no difference between the person we were and the person we show to others at the end of the day. It is about who is the kind of person you want to become. It is not about who will see or recognize that in you. It is about who you recognize in yourself. Being a decent human being is hardly about perfection. And really, it is about making the right choice every time. More often than not, it is as simple as trying to be a little more patient than you were, a little more respectful in front of others, a little more kind to the people who hurt you, and a little more honest towards yourself. If we can't even muster the effort to try even a tiny fraction of that, we have no right to complain why others refuse to change or why others can't try to do better. Life is give and take, so rather than focus on what we can take from the world and those around us, would not it be better to focus on what we have been given and what we can give back? It is okay to have a different lifestyle and perspectives. In fact, diversity is admired. In the universe, you have a unique symphony of vibration you are meant to express through you and as you. So most people get so caught up trying to blend in the others that they muddle their own sound, some to the point where they can't even hear themselves anymore. Build the courage to allow you to be more you. It will be the best thing you never do, not only for you, but for the entire universe too. You fell in love with someone who was too afraid to catch you. You keep making efforts for them in hopes that they would realize your love, in hopes that they would reciprocate back. You keep choosing someone who would rather choose someone else over you. You keep investing your heart in someone who is not worthy of it. And you know this too, but still you find it difficult to walk away from them. You find it difficult to just give up on them. But darling, you have to understand that you can't make someone love you by loving them more. You can't make them appreciate your effort by putting more effort. If they don't appreciate what you have already given, you can't keep holding on to someone who disrupts your mental peace, and you know you are just tiring yourself out by holding on to false hope that they would. Please stop abandoning yourself for those who are not even capable enough to love you. You are already enough as who you are, so letting go is not easy. But it's far better to choose yourself than to hold on to someone who makes you feel shitty. Those who are not good for your mental health, the ones who remember you only when they need something from you, people who makes jokes at your expense, friends who makes you feel bad about yourself, the ones who make it all about themselves when you are sharing something about yourself. It's not such a big deal. You are just overacting. Those who invalidate your feelings. So, the ones who remember your existence only after midnight when they have nobody to talk to, people who are never there for you when you need them, the ones who talk to you only at their convenience. So, those who claim to love you but their actions hurt you, someone who sends you mixed signal, people you don't feel safe with, friends you no longer trust, friends who never bother asking how you have been. So the ones who makes you question your self-worth, those who consistently talk you down, let go of those who no longer make any effort to stay in your life. Faith, security, wisdom all come from the same place, knowing that all is well in the midst of a storm. As you grow and mature and operate less and less from your ego, you can relax sure that this too shall pass. Storms are gonna come. But storms never last forever. Your feelings about the storm may last, but that is on you. You can let it go, move past the storm, look for the clearing, and look for the sun. Hardships are the pathway to peace. Remind yourself of this often. Don't get caught up. All is well through it all. So, whenever you are facing something, you choose whether to focus on the power of the problem or the power of God. When you are worried, stressed, and anxious, the power of the problem is affecting you. When you are calm, at peace, fully trusting, then the power of God is affecting you. You choose, but you know who wins. Problem come and go. God has all the power. God has it all work out now. And in the end, problems got nothing on God, focus on His power, and kick anxiety and stress to the curb. You are free, claim it. Dear souls, know that when your anxiety is getting the best of you, you just read this. I know you are tired, even though you just wake up, but just do your best today. That is all anyone can ask of you. That is all you can ask of yourself. Don't push yourself too much. I know you are scared to fail so much. So you are striving for perfection and you beat yourself up every time you fall short. You are your own worst enemy, and I'm here to tell you, you don't need to be. I know you are worrying and thinking too much. And everyone is telling you to relax, but you can't seem to. I want you to know, show a sign of strength, caring as much as you do. This is not a weakness but a virtue of yours. You have a heart that does not want to hurt people. You come off as paranoid, but I know you just want to make the right choices. Know that you already are. You are doing great. I know your heart is reaching, but you are discuss it with smile. In those moments where anxiety is controlling you, take a deep breath. Do whatever you need to that will calm your nerves. It is okay to be like this and you don't need to change. Just learn to breathe through it. So, to accept it and conquer it, I know you hate yourself for breaking down and crying in private because of something you could not control, even if it was something small. Stop hating yourself. Stop beating yourself up. It is okay to have those moments as long as you don't let them define you. This is not a weakness but a virtue of yours. You have a heart that does not want to hurt people. You come off as paranoid, but I know you just want to make the right choices. Know that you already are. You are doing great. I know your heart is racing, but you discuss it with a smile. In those moments where anxiety is controlling you, take a deep breath. Do whatever you need to that will calm your nerves. It is okay to be like this and you don't need to change. Just learn to breathe through it and to accept it and conquer it. No, you hate yourself for breaking down and crying in private because of something you could not control, even if it was something small. So stop hating yourself. Stop beating yourself up. It is okay to have those moments as long as you don't let them define you. There is so much more to you than your anxiety. So, when your anxiety is getting the best of you and you are hating yourself for it, I want you to remember this: it will all be okay. Your entire life is going to be okay. This relationship and the people who belong in your life will not leave you. No one think you are a burden as you run over detail a million times of things playing out in your mind. You do whatever you need to live with this. Everyone else will learn to adopt also. Remember, you are loved, you are needed, you are cared about, and your anxiety does not define you, so don't let it. So, dear souls, know that. Fall in love with someone who chooses you, someone who fights for what you have when difficulty hangs heavy in the air, someone who insists that you are stronger together. Capable of beating the odds, capable of turning even the messiest parts of life into lesson instead of reason to live. So fall in love with someone who is your calm place in chaotic world, someone who builds your restless heart a safe space within their own. Fall in love with someone who loves you quietly, someone who takes the time to remember how you like your coffee in the morning, someone who just pick up on your energy because they have made the effort to dive into the deep of it. Fall in love with someone who pays attention, someone who reaches for your hand when you are having a nightmare, someone who holds you a little tighter when the world tries to soften you. Fall in love with someone who cares enough to truly see you. Fall in love with someone who inspires you to be a better person, someone who shows you the gardens within your soul where you only ever used to see cement trees. Fall in love with someone who makes you believe in your goodness, someone who supports you, who recklessly encourages your mind and your talent every moment. You question your purpose. Fall in love with someone who is proud of you. But most importantly, fall in love with someone who makes an effort that stretches far beyond poetic words or passive convenience. Fall in love with someone who genuinely fills your life with wonder and foundation and the kind of hope that spills out of you and into everything you do. Fall in love with someone who teaches you that love can be rediscovered, reimagined, transformed into the something that is honest and gracious and so for you that it feels like it was knit into your every call before you even meet them. Fall in love with someone who shows you that it is okay to have a faith in the heart of another, that it is courageous to try for something. Just fall in love with someone who is both your safe place and your biggest adventure, and never forget that you can also be this person for yourself too. Dear someone, know that when I was younger, I often attended place of worship where people pray, sang holy song, and listened to listen about an all-encompassing divine force of unconditional love. Though the teaching spoke of unity, the most devout attendants were often judgmental and hypocritical. They preached righteousness but gossiped about those who differ as soon as they had finished their devotional acts rather than embodying their principles. So they grow defensive and angry when challenged, revealing fragile faith. Nowadays, we have the allure of social media tempting individuals to look like good and caring people on their platforms. So, however, now you appear online means very little without real life action that complement what you advocate. Simply appearing kind may feel the ego, but the spirit remains void of true sustenance. So, the ego trap of portraying a sincere character rather than being one is the need for external validation that can become prioritized over a commitment to growth. So, making a loving social post is easier than being a living example of unconditional love. Just as sharing your belief takes less effort than creating safe spaces for others to share theirs, but fixating on image over integrity only leads to a shallow understanding of kindness and distorted image of connection. Most of us want a world brimming with peace and kindness. Still, in an effort to uplift humanity, we unconsciously tear others down with cold judgment, self defeating strategy that further perpetuates divide and disdain. So, change starts within small efforts to deeply love your own weakness and shortcomings allows you to show more grace to others. This soul level healing leads to genuine expressions of unconditional kindness. So, compounding daily acts of self love create extraordinary shifts in your ability to show up authentically for others. Start with your neighbors, postmen, service staff, and those online. You can't expect the world to extend kindness and understanding until you can. So, dear souls, know that. You know what is worth living for? Potential. The one new person you end up speaking to today might end up being the one person you speak to for the rest of your life about every other person you meet. So, the one song you stumble upon today might end up being the first song on your playlist for years to come. The one conversation you have about something unjust might modify the way someone thinks about speaking up. So every second moment holds big potential about giving you a first that can be forever. So express louder, be it a squeak laugh at a joke no one else find funny or a loud breakdown when you see someone else in pain. So every emotion, every ounce of being yourself is worth it because everything that makes you feel something today can be a landmark page in the book of your life, something you will reflect back upon or simply carry forward till the end. So, to the little kid sitting on the extreme opposite side on the plane, watching the clouds and looking back at you with awe and a smile. To the writer who lives a totally different life but manages to come up with something once in a few days. Which reminds you of something you really care about. To the stranger in the train who is sheepishly reading your favorite book, avoiding eye contact with you, since you can't help but look at them with a smile. So, to the shopkeeper in a once familiar city who remembers you even though all your friends have moved out. So, the ones we say I love you to when we feel vulnerable may be the ones that light up our lives, but the known strangers are hurt, falls in love with every once in a while, actually give us warmth to love for a lifetime. Some of us see the lights in the sky and feel say grateful to be alive at this time, while some of us also see the lights in the sky and feel like the world is being taken away from us one moment at a time. Some of us find ourselves around those we love, laughing, holding each other, and taking pictures we promise to keep, while some of us find ourselves around those we love, trying to recognize them through the pictures. While trying not to weep, while one side of the world sees a bright sky that makes a way for a brighter day, there is another which does not know if another day will ever make its way. So, if you are here breathing full of happiness and celebrating, remember to put in a prayer for those who can't. Remember what we have today, and everything we feel we must is something we wish for in another world until it is taken away from us. So, dear souls, know that when you hold this message in your hands, all the chords of angels will be looking down upon you. You are now ready and will surpasses yourself and became an inspiration for all beings in all worlds, in all times and all dimensions. So you will awaken and follow your soul path as a master. Think about the image of the lotus on the card. The lotus has its roots in the mud of a lake bed and grows incorbably towards the light just like you. And all that the lotus is, you are too. It represents rebirth, fertility, clarity, purity, and perfection. It is fragrance, however, is the true magic. Your soul is like the fragrance of the lotus. You can walk in all times, all worlds, and in all dimensions. You might think that you are none of these things, nor are you wise or a master, but know that there is no time is now. Start to believe. So, you yourself are the light from the future that shines on and guides you. You have long since been a master in light on high. something entirely new awaits you. Drawing this message, hardly a surprise. Something completely new will appear on your soul path. It will take the form of a unique and magical opportunity, something more significant. These are the moments that make our lives magical and worthwhile, moments that carry the promise of adventure and a song of freedom. What could make life sweeter than a wonderful, joyful surprise? Go out and meet with friends or co workers, do something with like minded people, and live your life in the near future like a child, carefree and full playfully. Be silly, even a bit irrational. The real surprises in life, those that are of true value, are best seen through the eyes of a child. Keep the outer with you as a power animal, and since offers love water, why not seek out some water too? Dear souls, know that freedom begins where desire ends. What does freedom mean to you? Where do you think it lies? Do you think it can be found in money, power, recognition, or enlightenment? Freedom commences where desire ceases. Freedom exists only in the present. You cannot plan for it or save it in a freedom piggy bank to make use of later. So live in the moment and live freely. Freedom is wherever you happen to be. Look around you and seek it out. Invite it in right now into a moment that is full of potential, including the chance of freedom. So be open to it and use that freedom sometimes to behave a little irrationally or rashly, and perhaps increasingly often every now and then. It will give you the courage to pick yourself up and smile at yourself at the idea of acting responsibly. So, without wishing it anyway to denigrate or disregard common sense, since freedom is meaningless and can therefore accept everything with easy when you are free in your own self. So you are at one with life purpose, you feel bound to nothing and to no one. It is only then that everything will flow through you freely, and that the perfect light of great potential will find its way to you unchallenged. To be free means to love everything without wishing to understand, without asking for meaning or reward. So, dear souls, know that this is the time to take your time and step back. It might not as nice as you expected or make any sense right now, but don't force the situation to improve. Instead, go with the flow because you are going through some rebirth and adapting with your spiritual journey. So be patient, not sit and wait. There might be intense connection going on between you and someone here. The spirit wants you to go within and seek from the inner wisdom. There is no need to questioning about your love life. It is more likely questioning the self-love. You have awareness for someone but lack of self-awareness when it comes to you. Balance is needed as I am told someone is too giving and the other is lacking in giving. You are guided to let the love come to you effortless. So have some faith and trust if you wish to achieve your goals when it comes to love. This is not only about I want next but without understanding the whole situation or connection itself. So this person does thinking you are a good match for them, but be patient and let the divine timing reveal things to you. Learn from each other. Long-term possibility is here. So let things unfolded naturally. This person might in distance from you, but deep you are in their mind. Everything will move in peace and harmony. So by next year there will be new beginning for both of you. Set a clear goals and balance between your emotion and physical world, letting the magic to come towards you naturally. Good things will take a time to manifest it. Things might look mystery right now, but relax, try to understand the present situation and use all your skills, knowledge and creativity to the fullest to achieve your goals. So something is brewing. If you know what was coming, you would not spend one moment more worrying about the future. Sometimes we can't work out how things will resolve, but your guide wants you to relax and trust the process. So both these cards are love and relationship. The Ace of Cups is the start of something, while the Ten of Cups represent the completion or the long-term result. No matter what phase you are in right now, you will soon see some solid result rather than just feel the energy of new beginning. If you are single, then it is a very likely you will meet someone soon and start dating. If you are already in a relationship, there will be some new and loving energy entering that connection to create harmony, and there could even be conversations around moving in together or starting a family. So, dear souls, know that I understand that there are moments when you may doubt your worth, when it seems like no matter what you do, it falls short and disappointments linger within you. But right now, in this very moment, I want you to remind that you are so much more than what you perceive. Take a look back at the battles you have faced. Those challenging moments that seemed insurmountable despite the odds, you found the strength within yourself to persevere. You never give up, even when it would have been easier to surrender. Your relentless effort that continues striving is more than enough. It is a testament to your resilience and determination. You possess an intelligence that shines brightly, a beauty that emanates from within, and a multitude of capabilities that are waiting to be further explored. So, I genuinely believe in you, in your abilities and potential. Embrace this truth and let it guide you. Remember, you are enough and you have the power to overcome any obstacles that comes your way. So, dear souls, know that when you open your heart, mind, and body to healing, you can find it anywhere. Decades of pain can be processed through a conversation. A lifetime of fear can be released through movement. There is no limitation on the means by which you find your smile again. And some take weeks, another decades. There is no timeline for healing, and for the most part, there will always be something to heal or process. Life is never short on struggle, but the sooner you can find the methods that work for you, the less afraid of the pain you will become. I remember when I did not know what to do with that tremendous amount of suffering that lie just beneath the surface. No matter how creative, expressive, or willing to talk about it I was, it felt stuck. A couple of practices that freed me from the false stories in my mind were meditation and journaling. I learned how to create a safe, quiet place to hold enough emotional and energetic space for anything that was suppressed, and sometimes that is all it takes. Sometimes the work is not relieving the trauma or rewriting the script, sometimes healing it just being brave enough to look at the pain without judgment and give it room to be what it is. Whether it is your faith, your faithful therapist, or a faithful conversation with a friend, keep your heart primed for release like a revolving door. Stay open to letting love in and letting pain out. The next time you start looking in the mirror at all the things you want to change, I hope you remember that when you come into this world, there were people who looked at you and thought you were the most perfectly formed human they had ever seen. There still are people who look at you and thank the universe each time for giving them such a precious gift. I hope you remember that where you see things you dislike, they see all that is good and beautiful wrapped up in laughter and the things that make you uniquely you. Life is not waiting for extraordinary moments to happen, it is basking in the ordinary and making the most out of the extraordinary when it arrives. This is a reminder that you do not to be happy all the time to say your life is great. Life is a plural, a bad day or a bad week does not define your life. Whether life is good, great, bad, or ugly, learn to accept them. What that means is don't force yourself to feel good if today did not turn out to be so great. And don't reject joy because you believe a storm is right around the corner. When we force the good and reject the bad, we are manufacturing feelings that we are not there. And we ignore the ones that we already feel. Your emotions deserve recognition. God fabrication, take care of yourself. Dear souls, know that maybe you do feel too much, maybe you are too sensitive, but that is nothing to feel ashamed of, to question, or to wish you were different. It is better to feel deeply than to feel nothing at all. It is better to let things pierce you, to cry or to hurt. Your sensitivity allows you to activate your creativity and have an elevated appreciation for food, art, scent, sound, and nature. Your sensitivity allows you to notice tremble changes, cues, and body language. To form a deep, meaningful connection with a beautiful change of energy, the way you lead with emotion becomes someone's reason for perspective and growth. Your soft presence is a reason for a person's deep excel. We are losing beautiful things each day. Please don't be one of them. Don't change a thing about yourself. Allow yourself to feel all that you were not to feel. Allow yourself to give what not everyone is able to offer to the world. When bad stuff happens, you won't answer why. What were they thinking? How could they do such a thing? Don't they feel bad? It will drive you mad, desperately wanting it all to make sense, to be right in your eyes. Give it up, you will be amazed at the peace you feel. You when you don't need to know why, don't need answer, and all because you trust God with your whole heart and soul. God knows He's got you. Rest in His care. He will work it all out. You don't even need to know how. Just roll it with and cherish the peace. Dear souls, know that when you only process in halves, in fits and starts, your progress breaks in a similar pattern. You find yourself seized by fear, retracking your steps, cycling and circling, uprooting and then finding confusion. You are watering because you don't have all the pieces yet. You have not fully gripped, and so you cannot completely let go. You don't have all of the directions. You can only make it so far. Feel because what exists inside the feeling state that you are avoiding in information. It feels so technical and robotic to ascribe something so hurty and felt to something so straightforward, but that is what it is. The learning is often invisible within the feeling you are processing. You are unwinding memories and storing other disposing experience back into your subconscious and bringing other notable points forward, tracing lines and putting together the bigger picture. Releasing what is no longer helping and gathering what will. Sometimes you can accomplish more in 1 hour of sitting quietly and allowing yourself to cap into what is pressing your heart downward than 1,000 hours of trying to lift yourself up and keep fighting forward. This is why, after a truly Catholic experience, clarity comes as though you are just snapped your fingers. So you had been working toward it without realizing that you were. What felt on the surface like pain that would not pass was a processing journey that you finally hit the releasing point of. To enter your next experience, you have to break down your current one. You have to make sense of the what you have done so you can alter and adjust what you are doing. Within that self evolution contains knowledge, the kind of knowledge that will allow you to make wiser choice, feel more self assured, and see the bigger picture and trust. When you least expect it, you are usually being moved somewhere greater than you can see. Dear souls, know that sometimes it seems the most sensitive souls that understand most end up hurt. The least judgmental people have those judging them most critically. The most forgiving people struggle and have those who hold things against them. The most loving people know the greatest heartbreak. The most beautiful people see beauty in everyone else. Maybe the world did succeed but broke them in the best way, in a way that comes so natural to them because they have become healers the world needs. Meeting those who are selfish with love, meeting those who continue to take with constant giving, meeting those who fall short with forgiveness and knowing that they are human, meeting those who lie with honesty. Meeting those who break everything and everyone with pieces of themselves, the sweat they don't need, meeting jealousy with admiration of that person's strength. Meeting deeds that will go forgotten with continue to do God. These are the people who realize the hardest people need the softest kind of love. It takes a special person like you who sees the good in everyone and everything and strives to be that person. The world needs people like you. You are being clear of what is no longer serving you for independence from those emotional burdens. We are returning back whole is our original divine blueprint of Holy Grail union. This is cosmic divine order taking place so we can continue birthing the new earth timeline and genetics. Scorpio season is supporting us raise up our container into the frequency of love, power, and sovereignty. Cognitive dissonance is the mental conflict that occurs when beliefs are contradicted by new information. This conflict activates area of the brain involved in personal identity and emotional response to traits. Such as the insula and dorsal prefrontal cortex, the brain's alarm go off when a person feels threatened on a deeply personal and emotional level, causing them to shut down and disregard any rational evidence that contradicts what they previously regarded. As a truth, this is why people get upset when their beliefs are challenged. Most people have a strong confirmation has built into their mindset, causing them to seek everything that confirms their beliefs and repel everything that does not. So, dear God, loving Father, thank you for being the Lord and Savior of my life. Thank you also for giving me another chance to live for another day and be filled with your light, holiness, strength, and healing grace. Father, your presence in my life purifies and empowers my whole being, my body, mind, heart, and soul. You drive and move me to keep going on despite the struggles that come along my way. Father, please help me to be patient and understanding with myself and my family members. Remind me constantly of the importance of seeing your presence in all things and that your grace can turn bad situations for a good purpose. Also, forgive me for my sins and help me to improve myself daily. Almighty Father, thank you for everything that you are doing in my life. You show how you faithful love me when you made me in your own image and by embracing my whole being, my past, my woundness, my needs, dreams, and my future possibilities. Father, I pray that you always light and guide my way. I surrender to you my worries, my anxiety, my pain, and doubt. Help me believe, Father, God, that there is a bright future that lies ahead of me, and please widen and deepen my understanding of myself so that I will better appreciation of my life. My gifts and my capacities as a person console me when I feel discouraged and lift me up, Father, when I'm down. In Jesus' name, Amen. My child know that most of our weekends have evolved whether it's due to getting older, more responsibilities or lifestyle changes. How we let loose usually shifts over time. One of the more significant changes I have witnessed is a vibrational one. I found freedom, peace, and relaxation in activities that enhanced my energy instead of dulling my sense. I shifted from long nights out in dark clubs to early afternoon walks with my wife on a group meditation. While I still enjoy the essence of a party, attending a jazz bar is an enriching experience that still fulfill my desire. I have noticed it has not matched society version of fun. Interestingly, I used to use to myself and find temporary confidence which would help me feel good and accepted, enabling me to become a heightened version of myself. If it come at a price, I know many are ridiculed, teased, and even left out of group events. Once their value change, this is incredibly discouraging for someone exploring new aspects of themselves and finding what fun means for them now. So I hope we can all have a good time, but never at the expense of our own or someone else's well being. And I hope we became so immersed in how we celebrate and enjoy ourselves that our vibration is far too high to judge or criticize others for their ever evolving ideas of fun. Dear souls, know that if you could see your life in retrospect, if you could reverse engineer your regret, if you could imagine who you would be had you been fearless, had you realized what was in front of you all along. It's easy to find a sense of safety in withholding, as though not completely letting yourself into the experience would shelter you from its inevitable ending, whether that come before you anticipated or a way you did not want, or just by the virtue and nature of everything which is temporary. Even the most beautiful things of all, but abstaining does nothing. The feeling we get at the end of something we most fully give ourselves to is not a deeper regret but a deeper peace. We know that we did what we could with what we had. That we save and made the most of it, that we tried, really tried. Often the things we are unable to let go and forgive ourselves for are the ones that we did not fully live out. The desire still binds itself to us, making us fear that because the moment passed, so did the potential. It has not, though. The regret is not trying to punish, it is trying to instruct, it's trying to say there is still time to become who you always meant to. Most of us live with a sense that the worst thing that could happen is that we fail, and what that failure would feel like, what it would mean about us, and how worthy we are not as people. The actual worst thing that could happen in that we don't live while we are still alive and instead spend our years cycling through the same familiarities, all the while something deeper inside of us asks us to stretch and open and move towards something new. The only thing you will look back and realize is that the entryways to the thing you really wanted were always right beside you. You just had to find the courage to notice and leave. How would you describe grace? Most Bible students would probably say something like understand favor. Indeed, those of us who receive Jesus' grace are given a credit of righteousness and will go to heaven when we die. This is fantastic news. But does grace mean anything for our lives? Thankfully, when we study the New Testament, we see that grace includes God's forgiveness of sins. Jesus, who is full of grace, it's our power source, and out of the fullness we have all received grace. Upon grace, grace is the empowering spirit of Jesus with us, lovingly working in us and through us. He comes to us to awaken us, befriend us, guide us, and help us produce good fruit. Living empowered by grace is a byproduct of trusting and attuning to God's activity in our lives. We experience freedom from the bondage of earning and striving as we learn to trust Jesus' good work over our own. Good works together, we practice how to receive and respond to God's grace. We all encounter times when it is unsafe, unhelpful, or unwise to work through our current emotional experience. It can feel extremely vulnerable when unexpected trauma or waves of grief surface at an inopportune time, like taking care of a sick family member during an important meeting. Or in the middle of church service, just experienced this one taking care of my mother as she was near taking her last breath. I share more about this on the Soul Talk podcast. When this happens, your first reaction might be to repress your intrusive feelings so they don't bother you or those around you. So, unfortunately, this unhealthy response can lead to more damaging problems later on. Instead of repressing your emotion, you can learn to contain them. It is wise to contain your emotion when it would be unloving to your those around you to dive deeply into your feelings. My child, know that you may already know this deep down. You are in the process of awakening, becoming more aware of your soul self, of what exists beyond the physical reality, aligning with your divine self. What is going on around and inside you right now has to do with this process as you awaken as scheduled by your soul before life. The old layer of human identity, emotion, programming, beliefs begin to fall away. This can often be very uncomfortable. It often involves dark night of the soul as you begin to feel dissatisfied and even downhearted in terms of the world, other people, and what you feel the future to hold for you. Please be patient with yourself as this is above all a process of allowing the human patterns to fall away, to be pushed to the surface in your system bit by bit, so that you can clean out this old material and allow your eternal self to shine forth in pure light, once more enlightenment. The knowing of oneness with all things, the knowing that only love. The truth is, you have always been a being of light. You have merely worn the mask of human identity. So, know this, nothing bad is happening. You are just in the process of returning to the eternal reality of light. It is natural to question things in this period. The moon and the four of wands gives a very loving energy. It talks of a reunion of soul, whether this is someone you already know or someone new who your soul knows is meant to be in your life. I'm told there is a great cleanse taking place and someone is taking the rubbish out. It seems that a lot of negativity is being cleared away and someone has finally let their walls crack open and the built up hurt and negativity is sweeping away. This is the great clean, this is a turning point, and I see some big changes coming up. By the next full moon, you will have something to celebrate, some kind of good news which will feel like a huge relief. You may start a new relationship, form a new friendship, reconnect with an old friend, or start a joint business venture. There has been a distance or long journey, and I see you have become exhausted, but Spirit wants to nudge you forwards over the finish line and give you the reward you most definitely deserve. I keep hearing a true team player, so someone will support you in the exact way you need. Things are coming together in a very divinely orchestrated way, and I'm ready to hear about all your success and love stories. My child, know that wisdom resonates to that of divine psychic perception. It is attuned the vibration of courage and heavenly support for speaking one truth, exalt and reboost the intense ray beacon the soul toward developing valuable alliances. So, with the higher soul star and spiritual guide, it quells fear and doubts, release anxiety from the entire characteristic system, and enhances psychic and intuitive abilities. The wisdom you seek is within you. Unite with your powerful highest self, the purest frequency of you, and know thyself. You have initiate gifts of psychic intuition, but you must first cultivate and exercise your mastery. Your higher self contains the key to unlocking your gifts. It is full stream ahead, so don't hold. You are a powerful being of highlight with all the answers within you, so know that you can see the truth in all situations. Dear soul's adventure resonate to that of innocence transforming into maturity. This scared ray holds the key to unlocking inner doorways to future self-communication. Powerful seeds of knowledge, world and alternate aspects of the soul are discovered. Inward journey through the cosmos will unfold great mysterious and prompt advanced development of soul growth. The supernatural expresses love for awareness and supports boundless courage into the unknown. It's time to play and have a fun in your life. Expand and try new things. Allow your inner child a place to explore. Something new wants to come into your life. You hold the key to discovering the answers to your situation. It is not a day to rush into anything. In fact, it's time to reflect and look at situation from a different angle and perspective. You could find yourself looking into limiting beliefs. So, dear souls, know that. Do you crave a deeper connection? Your true tribe can't find you until you start showing up as the real you. Use this opportunity to start being more honest and real with yourself. What do you stand for? What do you need from a true friend? First, give yourself these gifts from this foundation of self love. You will grow your connection and attract more like minded and like hearted people. There are people out who are waiting for real, deep, meaningful connection. The most amazing thing happens when you start to show the world the real you. The world finally sees you in all your glory and in turn loves you back. Connecting authentically with others is important for your well-being. It just takes a willingness to step away from the crowd and trust the rhythm of your own heart. It is always worth it because you will finally feel the more you give yourself permission to show up and shine your real light, the more authentic your relationship will be. Right now is ripe with possibilities. You have the Midas touch and everything you can reap. Tangible rewards. This is the energy of abundance flowing to and through you. Abundance is not always in the form of financial gain. It can be love, joy, peace, and harmony. Call in what you want more of in your life. Now is the time to celebrate the outcome you have been working toward. The energy around you is heightened, leading you to ultimate success. If you have been on the fence or unsure about something, take this as a sign from the universe to go for it. Is a big yes to deliver. Everything you nurture and focus on with grace and love will grow. Divine love, source energy, and the universe are abundant and part of this universe. So, this abundance is your birthright. Step into the powerful vortex and let yourself thrive. Another day where it is just a wholesome good day, positive vibes with those you love, and the feeling of being fulfilled and living your dream. There is also the realization that there are those you can trust, which brings feelings of completely joy and heartfelt love and appreciation. Knowing people have your back can help you on further, bring a sense of relief and a sense of stability where you can start to really feel that when you need it. There are those who can help if you have not lately. Reach out to your friends and family. Spend time with the children and keep those bonds straightened. Keeping a connection to your tribe is very important. Dear souls, know that it is not a day to rush into anything. In fact, it's time to reflect and look at situation from a different angle and perspective. Don't be afraid to step back for a bit, especially if there is something that is really troubling you and causing you some anxiety and stress. Reflect and review from an off view. Close your eyes and listen. Your angels and guides are trying to communicate with you to help you move forward. Someone is trying to get your attention to try to help, and it is important that you open up, receive to guidance and support. There are some short signs of success, and if you are inquiring about a relationship, then Spirit wants you to relax and enjoy what is going to unfold. So much success and positive change surrounds you, and if you have not seen the progress recently, then don't give up because it will happen. This message indicates an awakening, whether it is you or someone connected to you, and this awakening will restore peace and harmony. You may soon be full of more pride and confidence, which will help you achieve your goals. There will be a huge change that will change your perspective. This will merge and align your life with everything you have been dealing with. Karma terms to learn, but since the new moon, the portal has opened to take you to highest purpose in your life. And bring your the abundance. You are guided to trust the universe. Nothing is fixed, but have a faith. Some things in your love life just beyond your control, allowing yourself to release the ego. There is nothing to worry about when it comes to your love life because your true love is already part of your life. You might not conscious much about it. But allow yourself to feel the energy that flow in your life. Be optimistic because your cups and the wheels will turn around and fulfill you. This person you are dealing with might giving tough love, but they are helping you to see the world. The true color of this life, they might also slow when it comes to giving you the commitment, but yes, they do want family and provide you. There might be slightly changing in your career, financial or work, but the grateful for this. Don't fight the change and too stubborn. Just follow the flow because this will delay your own successful. Because you are what and where you should be, this situation will lead you into the biggest opportunity and bring you so much financial freedom. The movement will be pretty quick if you are welcoming the change. If you are wondering about your finance, trust that this is the only temporary situation and the wheel is always rotating. Dear universe, you have my full permission to blow me away with miracles and blessing. I am stepping into the life that I am made for. Everything I am working towards will be mine soon. I'm confident that I can create my dream life. I have all of the necessary skills and opportunities that need. I'm extremely close to a major breakthrough. I'm exactly where I need to be at this moment, and so it is. Dear souls, know that relationship requires more than love, romance, and feeling. You cannot simply plant seeds anywhere and hope for beautiful flowers to emerge. You must tend to your garden, nourish the soil, and pluck the weeds regularly. Relationship is a commitment to show up daily, moment by moment, offering your energy to another. It requires a tremendous amount of consideration. Every decision takes into account its impact on your loved one. And in a balanced, mutual, healthy relationship, hard work and effort are rewarded. A hundredfold what you build together becomes the existence, the end to all means, and the perfect reflection of your soul's desire, a true, unconditional love. No longer shallow, this love has seen dark times, climbed steep mountain and nearly plummeted to its end. It has brought out the best in you while exposing your deepest wounding. Through its peak and valleys, it will be your sanctuary when the world overwhelms you. A loving relationship is a life work that helps you unfold the meaning of generosity, selflessness, appreciation, friendship, resilience, forgiveness, and the full expansive expression of the human experience. To love another is more than becoming a couple. You enter an energetic union that will shape how you experience life and perceive the world around you. What a blessing it is to know someone else so deeply and share all you are becoming with them too. Yet, this adventure is not without its detours, but if you are willing together, you can always trace the map back to each other's hearts. I hope you believe that you can still make a beautiful life for yourself even if you lost many years of it to grief. I understand what it is like to have this world introduce you to your own shadow, to let the act follow you around long after you have healed, convincing you that you are not worthy or capable of holding peace within yourself. If you have forgotten, I hope you know that you are worthy of the kind of love that shines warm into all corners of you. You always have been. Because at the end of the day, the most formidable things about the right kind of love is that it will not just choose you in all that is light filled and perfect in your world. It will stand firmly in front of you and hold your face between its palm, and it will say, "It is okay to be who you are with me." The right kind of love will never judge you for who you had to be in order to navigate your sadness. In order to cut the egg from the bone, it will never fault you for the things you went through that you did not deserve. For the ways in which you were weathered by the people you placed your hope within, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. Remember, your past does not prohibit you from the goodness that is trying to reach you. So it does not make you ineligible or undeserving of love or connection or the things you desire. You have the capacity to experience beauty, to nurture it within yourself, and when you are ready to move towards it. Know that it will meet you where you are. Know that you have every right to hold it. Dear child, know that you have probably heard the saying humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself less. But what does that really mean? In actuality, thinking of yourself less may prove to be the same thing as thinking less of yourself or thinking badly of yourself. Many Christians think they are being humble by disregarding their emotional needs and self worth to focus on other people. But that is not true humility and it does not work. Nobody is helped when you think poorly of yourself. If you judge yourself as too needy, too emotional, or too bad to be loved, then you will just push your feelings down into your unconscious mind, burying them somewhere in your body. That drains your energy and confidence and make it really hard for you to be compassionate and kind to other people and to worship God. Furthermore, when you think less of yourself, you are probably thinking of yourself a lot. That is humility and it is pride. Pride does not just come from an inflected ego, it also comes from a deflected ego. It means you are thinking about and relying upon primarily yourself rather than upon God. True humility is not self deprecation, it's faith in the generosity of God that enables you to be your genuine self. The goal is not to be occupied with our sins or weakness, but to be occupied with God. If we are occupied with ourselves, be it self praise or self judgment, it is the opposite of a heart of humility. But if we are occupied with God, we'll learn to depend Him, submit to Him, abandon outcomes of situation to Him, and find our source of identity, joy, and strength in Him alone. We will see that without God we have nothing, but with Him we have everything. That is what a true heart of humility looks like, and I will let you in on a little secret. It is the source of the trust, happiness, of a joy that nothing can destroy. My child, know that whatever you are feeling a pull towards doing, now is the time to act. Things have been clearing so that big changes could occur in your life. And with this full moon in Scorpio, this transformation is due for lift off. Whether you have been meaning to leave situation or start something new, it's time to move from just taking about it or thinking about it to talking some tangible approach to transform things. You may be feeling more restless. This is because you are ready for more. It is a sign that it's time. The only way to easy that to get that step further towards what you are seeking. So get those wheels in motion. It's time. You are ready for this. Today is a day to go easy on yourself. Kindness is required, especially to yourself. Those more dominant in divine masculine energy, in particular, are going through some big shifts and are needing to pay a lot of attention to self care. The lesson learned and how things would be different in similar situation in the future should be the focus and not the could or should of relating to the past. For those dominant in divine feminine energy, you may not escape this for two reasons. First, we all have been both masculine and feminine energies within, so your inner masculine may choose to be beating himself up. The divine feminine are being energetic rock for their divine masculine, whether in contact or not, and it's equally important for the divine feminine to look after themselves and their own energy as these shifts occur. There is definitely a feeling of going more into the divine masculine energy. For the divine feminine, it is about you trusting your inner masculine that you can take that action and know that your inner masculine has your back. For the divine masculine, it is about you taking the action you feel guided to take, listening to your inner feminine, and leading with action on what you are hearing. There is more of an air of energetic collaboration. Between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies in the 5D, and this is leading to a new collaboration happening in 3D physical realm. It takes time for the 5D to show up in the 3D, but no, this is a positive sign. Things are lining up better than they have previously, and it feels more stable this time. But it is requiring the collective to really trust that the results will be successful. Work on your solar plexus at this time to help clear any trust issue and to clear things that hold back actions based on soul truth. Allow yourself to step more into your joy. Creating joy for yourself not only does this help keeping your vibration high, it proves to you that you don't need anything or anyone outside of you to bring you joy. So that this power resides within you. Both divine masculine and divine feminine are stepping more and more into what they have come here to do. Wearing something yellow, working with crystals, or carrying crystal related to the solar plexus will also help you in energizing the solar plexus, for example, citrine, tiger's eye, or golden healer. So, dear souls, know that the bottom line of the story is that there is a deep, pure love, there is a conflict here, some exchange of words, but be patient here. Be courageous enough to be patient in this situation. I see that one person might sound rude and the other one is patient. This anger or this argumentative phase will come till a transformation does not happen. This transformation is happening, and the advice here I see is not to do anything in the heat of the moment, not do anything in impulses. This transformation that I am seeing here has a lot of fears attached to it, fears that have now become a block. One person I see has been holding on to fear because of how they have been all their life. They are still holding on to fear. Both of you are acting as inspiration for each other. Both of you are catalyst for each other, and this will happen. So trust and have a faith in the process. There is something going on here. Conversation, conflict, and non-clarity. All this has to be lived. All this has to be happen. Live it. Live all this so that you also see yourself and understand what needs to be healed. The universe is asking you to release all the illusion that you have in your mind, release all the pain, all the blocks, and all the trauma driven behavior. This union is pure, so look at things on a deeper level, and this connection has crossroad that phases. It bothers me to see women walking miles with their kids with now here to go. Disembodied skulls of hobbies. What once was a market is now just dust. Reporters calling it an explosion that just happened out of nowhere. Countries abstaining from voting. My childhood lessons on unbeing and unimportant, and supreme organizations go down the drain. Every minute of entertainment, every minute of work, every minute of just being feels like a luxury. Oh, I wish a missile fell on the school just so I would not have to go. Shut up, little yourself, and see what happens when that happens. It bothers me to be in the part of a world where India wins a semi final and they are crackers in the sky. It bothers me to know that tomorrow is just another work day and after writing I will go to bed. It bothers me to know that to live is actually a privilege. It's bother me that all I can do is fill this wall.